You'll see a new top chipset pretty soon this year. The S21 FE delivers more than enough power for your daily tasks and heavy games. The S21 FE has a 4500 mAh battery, just like the previous model, but battery life isn't quite as good here. That's not to say it's bad though. It scored an endurance rating of 92 hours in our proprietary tests. As is trendy these days, the phone doesn't come with a charger in the box, but there is support for wireless charging and 25-watt wired charging. With such an adapter, we were able to charge from 0 to 51% in half an hour. Another thing you won't get this time around is expandable storage, but you do get 128 or 256 gigs on board. Alright, moving on to the cameras. The S21 FE brings the same setup as the previous model, a 12-megapixel main cam with OIS, a 12-megapixel ultra-wide with fixed focus, and an 8-megapixel 3x telephoto, again with OIS. Photos from the main cam are excellent, with plenty of resolve detail, high contrast, low noise, and natural-looking dynamic range. The colors are quite pleasant too, if a bit on the warmer side. Photos from the ultra-wide cam are incredibly good for this type of camera. There's enough detail, good contrast, and reasonable sharpness, as well as low noise. The dynamic range is commendable too. Even though the telephoto cam has an 8-megapixel sensor, its photos come out at 12 megapixels. The sharpness does take a small hit from the upscaling, but besides that, these 3x zoomed shots are quite nice, with high resolve detail, as well as contrast, colors, and dynamic range that match the other two cameras. This telephoto cam is different from the one on the Galaxy S21, so we compared the two. In broad daylight, the FE is the better shooter. There's slightly better sharpness and contrast, and in our opinion, more likable colors. But these are only noticeable if you look from up close. In low light, photos from the main camera are superb. They're rich in detail and contrasty, with excellent color saturation. The dynamic range is wide too, although the overall exposure and look remain quite realistic looking. Turning on night mode will get you a brighter photo with improved exposure. More detail appears in the shadows and highlights, and any noise is cleaned up. Shots from the ultra-wide at night have good color saturation and exposure, but they're soft and noisy. With night mode on though, the noise is improved and you get better exposure and dynamic range. If you zoom at night in auto mode, in most cases you'll get a digital crop from the main camera that is soft and lacking in detail. But turning on night mode will switch things over to the actual telephoto lens. The results are decent with satisfactory detail, contrast, and exposure. You do still see the effect of the upscale from 8 megapixels to 12 though. Selfies are taken with a 32-megapixel front-facing cam that produces 8-megapixel photos by default. These shots are natural looking, with low noise, and excellent colors, contrast, and dynamic range. However, the fixed focus sweet spot is not ideally tuned for shooting at an arm's length, so selfie sharpness is less than stellar. Videos can be captured with the main cam in up to 4K resolution at 60 FPS. These are very good, with above average detail, great colors, low noise, and outstanding dynamic range. The only area in which it falls short a bit is sharpness. 4K videos from the ultra-wide are capped at 30 FPS, and the quality is not that good. They do have nice contrast, likable colors, and superb dynamic range, but the videos are soft and the detail is mediocre. In contrast, the videos from the telephoto cam are quite nice. They have a lot of detail and are plenty sharp, and have colors, contrast, and dynamic range that are similar to the main cameras. So that's the Galaxy S21 FE. You get features worthy of a high-end Samsung phone, like a waterproof build, a high refresh rate AMOLED display, stereo speakers, a flagship chipset, a fluid software experience, and a great set of cameras. All in all, it's a great showing, a clear upgrade over the previous model, but there are a couple of problems. First, the Fan Edition took its sweet time to come out, and now the hype has turned to the new S22 models. So then the S21 FE could be a more budget-friendly option over the new flagships, except that for now it's actually more expensive than the regular S21, while offering very similar features. So while the S21 FE is a great phone, it's tough to recommend until its price does go down a bit. Thanks for watching guys, stay safe and see you on the next one.